Hey everybody, it's Ken from CamARNews.com. This is going to be a video on the removal of the stock intake and the installation of the cold air inductions, cold air intake. Before I get into that, I just want to give you a little background on CAI News and cold air inductions. When I purchased my Camaro, I did a lot of research on cold air intakes. And I researched performance, which I thought that the cold air inductions was the best solution. It had a really nice horsepower gain, torque gain, low temperature increase, and I think across the board it was the best solution for my car. I researched appearance, and I thought it had the best looking appearance by far. I always get comments at shows on how nice the intake looks and what kind of intake is that, and they ask a lot of questions about it. And one of the other things I researched was installation and fit. And I noticed some of them had installation times 60 minutes, 90 minutes, where it honestly should take 15-20 minutes tops. And researching that portion of it, it seems that they have products that don't fit right in the Camaro. And I thought that was really strange because it's supposed to be made for the Camaro. If they can't get the fit right, and I'm a guy in New Jersey with a two-car garage, and I've fabricated pieces for car engine compartments before, and I got it to fit, these guys are just trying to sell and mass produce a product for the Camaro that doesn't fit right. So if I can't trust that they did that piece of the research right, how do I know they got the performance portion right? Or how do I even know they even tried to get it right? So to me, if it didn't even fit without some modifications, if it fit without modifications, it was good. If I had to change anything, I instantly discredited that intake and would not even consider installing it in my car. Anyway, I didn't own CamARNews.com when I purchased my cold air inductions, cold air intake. I installed it. I loved it. I was always, I do a lot of car shows with CAI News. I do a lot of postings, and you're constantly seeing my cold air intake everywhere. Fast forward to October, where my site really starts taking off. It gets more than 21,000 visitors, 320,000 page views and post views. So the site really is starting, to become popular. In November, which is where I'm making this video now, we're probably going to hit 500,000 page views and post views. So it's really doing great. But one of the things that is important to me, that the integrity of what I say and what I review. I don't want to sell something or say something's good and it's not. I don't want to sell something that I don't put on my car. I don't get any money from the sales, but the advertisers are paying me money. So in the end of October, I get an email from another cold air intake manufacturer that wants to advertise on my site. I responded with the advertising information and rates, and they responded back within 10 minutes. Yeah, we'll take a year. And I didn't respond back, and I waited, and I thought about it overnight, and I decided I didn't want to advertise a product on my site that I didn't use in my car. So I sent an email back to them. I said, I appreciate you wanting to advertise on my site. In the future, maybe something will be different. But right now, I think the cold air inductions, cold air intake is the best product for my car. I think it's the best product for the Camaros. And I don't want to sell something on my site that's not in my car. They responded with, we'll give you one. We'll send you one out, you can put it in, and then we can advertise with you. And I said no. I did not want to take my cold air inductions, cold air intake out of my Camaro. Wasn't happening. So fast forward a couple more weeks, Cold Air Inductions becomes one of our sponsors. So I'm really thrilled to be able to do this video, talk about the cold air inductions, cold air intake, because I had it before I had CAI News. I love it. It changes the tone of your car. It's just a great product. So the second portion of this video will be the removal of, actually not from that car, my buddy Jack's coming over with his 2010 2SS RS. We're going to take his stock intake out, and we're going to put the cold air inductions, cold air intake in. Now, I think he has the silver one. I'm putting a black one in that Camaro. But you can there's a black version and the silver version, like a polished aluminum version. So make sure that when you order it, you specify black, or you go with the polished version. So I hope this video is going to be helpful to you. Feel free to shoot me any questions after you're watching the video, and I'll start it again once Jack gets here. All right? Thanks. Okay, now we're going to take out the stock intake. Pretty simple. $10mm. Some of you guys will have a metal washer here that you'll need to pry off too. That's it. That is how easy the stock ones come out. So the next video will be the installation of the cold air intake. Alright. First thing we want to do is take this out of the stock intake. It's a T20 Torx. We're going to be putting this in the cold air intake. Let's see your number. GF40. I'll have to look that up. We'll make sure it's the right one. So, watch the camera there. Okay. See, it fits really easy. It's like, boom, right in. We won't be able to get that off once we I'll wait for the other side until we're done. Nice and easy.
Deep sockets, right?
Yeah, get that long. I've installed so many of these now. I got a black one coming for that car.
Oh yeah?
It's gonna look nice. Wait till you hear the difference in your car with this. It changes the whole tone of your car.
It does?
Mm-hmm. You're gonna love it. Okay, so that's in.
Just the one?
Yep, just the one. And then I want to put the all right, on the it's a T5. Yep, T10 for these Torx screws. Oh, I see it. I followed it. It's in the crack right
It's
there.
in the crack.
Yeah, it's right there.
That's Murphy's Law, you realize that?
Yep. Now these will have an arrow. I don't know if you can see that, but there's an arrow, and that's to point the direction of the airflow. So you want the arrow pointing to your throttle body.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You gotta look up that.
I think you had a G on it. If it's just numbers, I think it's the wrong one. The fact that you have letters on yours, it's okay. You might want to check your sensor. If it's just numbers, I have this on my website, I'll have to look it up. But there was a defective unit, and if you have letters and numbers, I think you're fine, but you can double check that on my site. Alright, so we got that. And your filter, there we go. Now this is really the only tricky part of the whole thing. I actually, I think I put that part on first on mine. And then, but for me, this was the hardest part of the whole process, was getting this aligned right. Not hard, it's just angles. That one in there, and then I'm just going to turn this one. Actually, a lot easier once you do it a few times. Alright. And then this piece here.
That go in further?
Yeah, I'll get it. Once I get it, everything aligned right, I'll that's your phone, I think.
Hello. Hey, Dad. Can't read this damn thing.
Over there.
Jack,
Yo,
what are you doing?
putting CAI on my Camaro.
Jack, do me a favor, go over there so the video doesn't pick up on the...
Putting CAI in my Camaro.
I can see it's pretty simple. On mine, when I first installed it, I connected this piece first and then this piece, and I had more of a problem. But you saw how much easier it was to, I think, to connect that side first and then connect this side. So, I guess it's a matter of preference. But I had you saw how fast it went on this way. Again, make sure your arrow is pointing towards your throttle body. Let me align this one a little better. Alright, and the last piece, after you connect this, you have this little piece of plastic that you're going to kind of melt into place. But you want to make sure, you know, if you're using a heat gun, it can get too hot too fast. So I just use a hair dryer. Takes a little longer. But you won't burn it or melt it. So. See how easy it is when you have something that fits right, and it's a nice, really nice product. Get on it.
So you got to tighten up and everything.
Oh yeah, it's you're ready to go, man. It's like takes just 5 minutes. Should have paid attention to algebra and geometry, right?
You got tape. You got.
I know. I'm gonna take it off when we're.
Take it off.
Yeah, I don't want to scratch it up when we're fitting it. So I think we're good. Sure, it's all right. There we go. Once you get it on the first time, it kind of like almost remembers where. That's all she wrote. That one a second. It's tight.
Like from the factory.
Now see, that's the way something should go on. Nice and easy. It's made for the car. It's obviously tested. So, start her up. And that is a successful install of the cold air intake, real quick, real easy, and a really nice looking product. So I hope you guys found it helpful, and talk to you later.